Hi, it's Kerry with Wyoming Sisters, and I have a project share for you. A while ago I had shared this project with you. It was the horizontal album that I had made just as a guide using the art cartridge mini books from Cricut. So after I wanted to play with this cartridge a little bit more, and I decided to, for my mom's birthday, to make her a mini album. I thought she could put pictures in, and she actually had seen another one I made and she liked it, and I never thought she'd use something like that, so I decided I would make her something. So I used the mini books art cartridge. I cut out papers at 7 inches, which is what they suggested here, using the it's on page 38, this one is. And so I ended up cutting a lot of pages, really liking them, but once I put the embellishments on, they were too thick, so I ended up making another cover and making a 2-volume set of a mini album set for my mom. And she was kind enough to loan it to me, so I could share that with you today. The paper and the embellishments are from King & Company Cut and Paste collection. This is a really old paper set. It's been around for a long time. But I thought I'd share that with you because some people question, well, where'd you get that paper? It's a double-sided cardstock paper, so that made it easy. I also used some of the embellishments that go along with this kit from K & Company, and I also used glossy accents, pearls, ribbons, tulle, and what else did I use? Just had fun in my craft room and made it with lots of butterflies and really feminine, because that's kind of my mother's style. The cover is just cardstock, and then this is a piece that reinforces it. I put a grommet here. Actually, it's kind of a mistake, and I made it so it laces up the back. I thought that looked pretty and kind of romantic. The cover, I put glossy accents over one of the butterflies, jewels, and pearls. I put a grommet here, or it's a brad here, to reinforce this so that the ribbon that it acts as the closure doesn't get peeled back. So that's just to give it some more strength and to keep it in place. And then on the inside I just put a butterfly to cover that. The inside cover is kind of plain so that she has an opportunity to put a photo or whatever there. This is really loaded and busy, but I figured it would give her a lot of options, and there were a lot of really nice die cuts that I thought I would just include, and then she could use them wherever in the album she wanted. So this first part is using the circle cascade that's in the cartridge, so it makes progressively smaller circles. I stamped and embossed some pink lines to make this just a spot for journaling. I cut a lot of circles out of the cardstock after I cut the main components, and so it gives her spots to put frames or things. I left kind of the edge on that embellishment up. This is just a die cut that was included, and this was a scrap of cardstock, and I used the tag punch my husband bought me in order to make a little tag. I used a Martha Stewart punch for the butterflies. I just punched a lot of things out of scraps after cutting the initial part. I used elegant edges, and then I put glossy accents on to kind of make some raised dots along the edge. And then I really love that brad. It's like a little rose. I actually got the tag pack that came with the papers, so I just put 2 of those together to make that tag. This is one of the die cuts. Isn't that fun? It's a chair, and they're double-sided embellishments, so I just put that in there to give her an idea of embellishments. Another spot for photo. This is, again, I left it up so that she could still stick a photo under there. And another spot for a photo. I kept the corner up so that she could stick a picture in there. And another tag. Isn't that Brad pretty? Ooh, I think that's so pretty. And then another tag just punched out of a single sheet of double-sided cardstock. And then what this is one of those, on the Upright album, they have these envelopes. And they're neat because they cut these little slits so you can tuck that down. And I wanted it to be yellow because I kind of wanted it to replicate the, that's just a piece of cardstock that I cut, and then I used a corner rounder on to fit in there. But the nice thing is she could put anything she wants in there. These are the file folder pockets that come, that you can cut with the album. So I cut that out of double-sided cardstock, put a sticker there. This is just a scrap piece from the collection that I made into a journal spot. I cut the mats out of the paper and then rounded the corners, inked the edges, and used a corner punch so that it becomes really easy if she wanted to put some photos in there. This will fit a standard 4.5 by 6.5, or a standard size photo, 4 by 6 photo. 4.5, 6.5? I don't know. And then the bingo card came in the ephemera pack with the cut and paste embellishments. So the back side of that file folder I just made into a larger photo mat, put some bling and some butterflies. I had some rub-ons that went with the set. I used those. I'd been saving these things for a long time because the paper was so pretty. I was afraid I'd mess it up, and I wanted it to be something really special. So I'm glad that I was able to make something special for my mom. And again, here is just another pocket with a piece of double-sided paper. So what I did was I cut all the pieces first to make the albums, and then out of the scrap pieces that were left, I was able to make a lot of the embellishment. This is a stamp. It's from the stamp set. It's called Up, Up, and Away Collection. It's a clear stamp through Kaisercraft. And I had actually had that piece from a different project, but I thought it looked really nice, and it gave a journaling spot, a little robe on. Again, this is a square cascade then, and so in order to, you can't really put a picture of any significance there, so I made that a journaling spot for her. My mom does sew. She's really talented at that. This is actually a piece of, I bought some vinyl cutouts from the secondhand store, and I had never worked with those before, so I was wondering how to use it, but excited to use it. So what I did was I used, I have this polka dot stamp that I love, and I keep it by my drawer all the time because the polka dots can go a lot of different directions in their style. It replicates the polka dots that are in the paper. So I used clear embossing powder, pressed that stamp on the butterfly, sprinkled pink embossing powder on, heat embossed it, and then added some jewels. And then I attached the corner to the page using glossy accents so that it would be clear and you wouldn't be able to see the adhesive. And then these are some of those coin pockets we got when the office place had some spontaneous remodeling. This was just like this in the ephemera pack, and then that's a piece of paper, scrap paper, that I just cut to size, rounded the corners, and inked the edges. So you don't have to do a whole lot, and it looks neat. I kept the envelope plain because there's a lot going on. And then this has a really beautiful brad. Because this is for my mom and she's so wonderful, I was really excited to just pull out all the stops and the things that I've saved and that I was scared to use, I wanted to use because anything special I would love for her to have. I used a journaling stamp and a circle cutter and embossed in white, and then a brad, and this opens up so that there are several journaling spots, and then it tucks in behind this. I put two of these coin pockets together, so there's a coin pocket here that I sealed up and cut up the corner, and then I put another one on top so that then I can put another itsy bitsy frame on that one. So that would fit like a school photo. And then that's just another piece from the ephemera plaque. And so I just have that there. I like how these mini albums are interactive. These was plain cardstock, and I used some of those stamps that I had used in that spring album too, and stamped it and embossed it with pink embossing powder, so it's pink on pink to kind of break up how bright and garish that bright pink is. And then I cut butterflies out using my Cricut, and put pearls on them. Used more from the ephemera pack. This I used some glimmer mist on it, the plain pink cardstock, to make the frame have more impact, but she could easily put a photo in there. And then this has a little tag. This is actually the packaging from the brads that you see that are like the pearl and the roses. They had really pretty packaging where it was script and then pink, and so I used that to punch out some tags using the tag punch my husband got for me. So this is the first book of the two set using the mini books cartridge. And I'm going to sign off here and then record the next volume. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope that this is helpful. You know, I'm such an amateur at this, but I always enjoy seeing what other people do. So I hope that this sparks some ideas for you, and also kind of shows you how you can use this cartridge to cut out a mini book. Thank you so much. Greetings from the Wild West. Please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.